So now we shall be starting with the business letters. We shall be studying how to write a business letter. As we know that the secretary has to write letters to various authorities such as the shareholders, the board of directors, then other authorities which are required. So writing a letter for a secretary is one of the very important job. So let us study about the layout and how it is to be written. So in that we shall be studying layout means proper arrangement of various parts of a letter. Layout of the business letter is also called the structural design of letter. It is an integral arrangement of matter in proper way for creating good impression on reader. So, if a company wants to create a good impression, it should be seen through the letters, through the documents which are being sent by the company. So, let us study about the layout of the business letter. Layout of business letter. In that, first will come heading means what? The name of the company, whatever is the name of the company. Then next will come name and address of the company, where in which area it is located and its pin code. Then next is client identification number, whomsoever we are sending it. Then next is telephone number, fax number. Then here we'll write the email address of the company, then website of the company, reference number. Reference as in to whom it is written and through what reference we are writing this letter. Then next will come date of the whatever date is there of the letter which is written. Then inside address means to whom we are writing the letter, their name and their address and basic details shall be written. Then here we should be writing subject, whatever is the subject of the letter. Subject should not be for more than 5 to 6 letters, that is words. Then next we shall write salutation. Salutation means what? Like we write respected sir. Then like we write dear respected ma'am, respected sir. Whatever is the salutation. Then next we'll have body of the letter. Now in body of the letter, what all shall it consist? Firstly, introduction. Introduction as in to what we are writing about what is the letter. Then the main paragraph. That is whatever is the main content of the letter. Then next will come the concluding paragraph, which will be in 3 stages. And then here we shall write complimentary close, whatever is there. Then signature, enclosure, whatever we are enclosing with the letter, whatever document. Suppose we are sending notice, then agenda or minutes of the earlier meeting or whatever documents are being sent by the company to the reader. So all these things shall be mentioned. Then after that, letter writing is an art. The format of the letter should be visually appealing and correct. In present time, different elements are used. Example, left alignment, right alignment. So various things which are used for writing a letter, and of that examples are left alignment, right alignment. That is exactly in the center of the paper the letter is located, and how it should be presented. The different font which in which it can be written. It is basically written in a format in which it is appealing to the reader, and also it sees to it that it is correct and whatever is written in the letter is appropriate and according to the format. Now, let us study in detail. Now, what are the contents? Layout contains the following parts. Heading, meaning contains the name, telephone, address, number, fax number, email ID, websites, CIN of the company. Then is that the part of the business letter which introduces the sender to the receiver. Usually printed letter heads are used. So see how it is to be written. Here it is written, see Tata Motors Limited. Then whatever is the address, Pune, MIDC, and its pin code. Then CIN, client identification number, like whatever number is given to the company. Then telephone number, fax number, email ID, and the website. All these things are mentioned. Then after that we have date. Date is written on the right hand of the letter just below the heading. Date includes date, month, and year on which letter is typed. Letters without date are incomplete. Date is very important as letters acts as a legal evidence. Date is written in different ways. British style 1st April 2019 and American style April 1st 2019. So this is how the data is filled into the letter. Example, whatever is the heading of the letter, then address of the letter, then city in which it is located and its pin code, CIN number, telephone number, fax number, email ID, website, and then date. Date can be written in two ways, that is British style 1st April 2019 or American style April 1st 2019. In both these styles, the date can be mentioned. Reference number. It is written on the left side below the heading. Reference number is given to have quick reference to the matter concerned. Reference number is a number or words used by the letter writer. Every outgoing letter is given reference number. It is written on the left hand side below the heading, and reference number is given to have quick reference about the matter concerned. And reference number is a number which is used by the letter writer, and every outgoing letter is given reference number. So see, the serial number 91 is the serial number of letter. Then P is the P department, that is purchase department, and year 2019. So in this way, the reference number is written as to from where we have taken the concerned matter. Then next we have inside address. It contains name, address of the receiver of the letter. It is written on the left hand side of the letter. For personal names, Mr. Shah, Shri, Mrs. or Srimati are used for the and for the firms Messer is used. So see how it is presented. Mrs. Pallavi Patare, 18A Ganesh Complex, MG Road, Ratnagiri. Then Mrs. Jagannath Trading Company, Market Yard, Sangli. So in this way, the letter of the inside address, that is the letter who is being received, is written. Then next we have the subject. It is written in brief. It shows the purpose of the letter. The reader gets the idea of the matter of the letter without reading the letter completely. It helps to send it to the concerned section or department, and quick filing is possible. Sometimes reference line is also written to give reference of advertisement document, etc. Example, subject, opening of a current account. So basically, as I said, subject is written in a very short and a sweet way, using minimum words, so that the person who is concerned or who is reading the letter, he gets an exact idea of what letter it is being written. So this was about the subject. So now we have studied firstly about the heading, then we have studied telephone number, fax number, email ID, website. Then we have seen that on the left side of the letter we give whatever is the phone number of the company. In the right side we give the address and the website. Then after that we give the salutation, like regarding whom the letter is to be sent. Then in the middle we write a subject. Then next we give salutation, respected sir, madam, dear sir, madam, whatever is the required concerned thing. Salutation. Salutation is a greeting from the writer to the reader. It creates favorable impression on the reader's mind. It appears on the left hand margin below the inside address. Body of the letter. It is the most important part of the business letter. It contains the actual message from receiver of the letter. The message should be divided into paragraphs. First paragraph, it introduces the subject of or matter. It should be brief but effective. It should create interest in the mind of the reader to go through the contents of the letter. Main paragraph. It contains the main passage of the letter. It is heart of the letter. Simple language, clarity, and correctness should be reflected in the message. Brevity is the soul of the letter. So, firstly, the first paragraph, that is the main body. So, remember, body should contain maximum marks in the entire letter. So, body should be also very important. In body, we have to write first paragraph, which will contain about the subject matter, and briefly everything is mentioned. Then, second is the main paragraph. Main paragraph is the heart of the letter, and simple language, clarity, and correctness should be reflected of the message, whatever is to be sent. Then, third is the closing paragraph. It is concluding paragraph. It should be written carefully so that the desired action can be taken by the receiver of the letter. So closing paragraph shall be properly written. So we shall try to understand this when we are taking the main letters which we have in our syllabus. Then next we have Complementary clause. It is concluding part of the letter. It is written below the letter body of the letter on the right hand side. It shows polite end of the letter. It should be matched to the salutation. Yours faithfully. Basically, we write yours faithfully and comma. Then next we have signature. It is the final part of the letter. The authorized person shows the signs below the complimentary clause. A letter without signature is incomplete and invalid. Below the signature, the name of the person or his or her designation is written. The person who signs is responsible for the matter written in the letter. Example, sign, name, and designation. So, as we know that every document of the company is signed by two directors and countersigned by one secretary. So, in this case, sign shall be written. The sign shall be first line shall be signed, then second line shall be name. Whatever is the name of the person and designation, whether it is secretary, whether it is part-time director, whole-time director, whatever it is, his designation shall also be mentioned in the letter. Then next we have enclosure. It includes documents, checks, etc., which are attached with the letter, and with the letter it is shown by a word enclosure, which is written on the left hand side of the document. If more than one, it should be numbered and attached serially. It helps the receiver to check the documents. So whatever we are enclosing with the letter shall be properly mentioned. For example, copy of board resolution, then specimen signature of two directors. Whatever is attached with the letter, everything shall be properly enclosed with the letter. This was about the enclosure of the letter. Then after this we shall be studying about the carbon copy notation, CC. If the copy of the letter is to be sent to other person at the same time, it is shown by two alphabets CC. It is written below the enclosures on the left hand side. Additional information. Some letter may also have the following additional information. Postscript. It is an additional information written after the letter is completed. As far as possible, postscript should be avoided. It creates a bad impression on the receiver. If postscript is used, it should be by the uh, the person signing the letter. Identification initials. Initials of the dictator and typist of the letter appear on the left hand side of the letter. It helps to identify the dictator and the typist of the particular letter on any letter date. So this is some additional information which is given. Next we have essential of a good business letter. Now what are the different essentials for a good business letter? A good business letter which conveys maximum information in minimum words clearly and correctly. A business letter should possess following qualities to call it a good business letter. So, business letter is that which conveys maximum information, firstly, and which is clear and correct for the readers also, and should possess the following qualities to call it a good business letter. First is clarity. Now, remember that when we are writing a letter, there should be maximum clarity so that the person reading it understands whether he is highly qualified or not. He can at least understand basic English. So the such people should be able to understand whatever we are writing. So clarity is the soul of the business letter. The message of the letter must be clear. So, simple and common words are to be used. Technical double meaning words and short forms should be avoided. The names and figures are important parts of the letter, so they should be correct and clear. So remember, clarity is one of the very basic and important part of the letter. Having proper clarity, simple and common words are used, and no technical words having double meanings or short forms of letters should be used. In case we are using any short forms, the long form should be mentioned in the brackets clearly so that the person who is reading shall understand whatever is written. Then next we have consciousness. Letters should be in brief. Minimum words are to be used. Unnecessary and irrelevant information should be avoided. A brief letter saves the time of the reader and proves more effective. So consciousness is one of the important aspect, which is that the letter should be firstly in brief, minimum words are used, and maximum messages to be delivered. Unnecessary and irrelevant information should not be written, and a brief letter saves the time of the reader also, and he can understand it better. The more the longer the letter, the boring it is to read for the reader, because reader wants to know only the important information. If you keep on giving them another information, so he shall not be interested in reading it further. Then next we have completeness. A letter must give complete information to the reader. The letter should cover all the facts and figures pertaining to the subject matter of the letter. An incomplete letter does not achieve the desired results. So there should be proper completeness, and the letter must give complete information to the reader, and should cover all the possible facts and figures pertaining to the subject matter of the letter. An incomplete letter does not achieve the desired results. Courtesy. Courtesy means language of the letter should be polite and kind. A courteous letter should get a favorable response from the reader. Harsh, rude words, insulting remarks, etc. should be avoided. So, courtesy should be taking place, and the language which we are using should be very kind and polite, so that no harsh comments are used, or sentiments of the readers are not hurt from this. So, we should take care that we write a letter in proper words, and a proper response is also expected from the reader. Then next we have correctness. A business letter should be correct regarding information or message. Any mistake in figures or facts will create problem. There should not be any grammatical or spelling mistake. So correctness, this is the basic rule of writing letters, that whatever figures and facts are written in the letter should be proper, and they should not create any problems, and there should be no grammatical or spelling mistakes in the letter. Then next we have coherence. A letter should be written in a logical sequence. The message should be divided into different paragraphs. All paragraphs should be arranged logically to or connected to each other. So there should be proper logical sequence to the letter firstly. Then the message should be divided into different paragraphs. All paragraphs should be arranged logically or connected to the each other. Then consideration. This is also used. This is also called as use of you attitude. The letter should be written from the reader's point of view. The writer should give due importance and consideration to the reader, and consider the problems of the reader. The reader has to be motivated to act after reading the contents of the letter. So there should be proper consideration, and this is called you attitude. Means what? That the readers should understand whatever is the point of view of the company, and writers should give importance and consideration to the reader, and see to it that there should not be any problem to the reader regarding anything which is written in the letter. Then next we have cheerfulness. A letter should be cheerful. A cheerful letter is positive, and it shows a spirit of hopefulness. The letter writer should avoid negative words and sentences. Physical appearance of the letter. A business letter represents the organization, so it should be attractive. Nowadays, business letters are normally sent by emails. Therefore, some points like paper quality, size, folding, envelope doesn't matter. But when a letter is sent in physical form, following points are to be kept in mind. So, remember, physical appearance of the letter is also very important. Though nowadays we send letters through emails, but in the earlier times, and many of the companies still send physical, that is paper written letters also. So when we are writing that, is in that case proper requirement is there for different aspects of the physical appearance. Firstly, paper. The paper used for letter writing should be of a superior quality. The size of the paper should not be too large or too small. Generally, white paper of A4 size is used. Typing. Nowadays, handwritten letters are rarely used. Letters are usually computer printed. Typing should be done carefully without any mistakes. A printed letter is attractive and it creates a good impression. So while writing a letter, we should see that the paper which is being used is of a superior quality and of the A4 size, and the font on that is not very huge or not very small. Then typing. A handwritten letter is rarely used, but we should see that it is computer printed and whatever is typed in a proper and a attractive way. Then next we have margin. Proper margin should be left on both the sides of the paper. Margin to give an attractive look to the letter. The usual margin is 1.5 on both sides and at the top and the bottom. So there is 1.5 centimeters of gap between the end of the paper. So exactly in the center of the page, the whatever content is to be written is written so that the letter looks attractive. Spacing. Sufficient space should be provided between words, lines, and between paragraphs. Spacing should be uniform. Spacing makes reading the easy letter easier. So the spacing makes the letter look good and attractive to the reader, and also it seems that proper efforts are taken and proper letter is written and it looks professional also. Letterhead. Letterhead includes name and address of the sender. Letterhead should be attractive and decent as it creates first impression on the reader. So remember, whatever is written in the letter, proper heading and name of the sender, everything should be written in a proper, attractive and a decent way, because this is going to create an impression on the person who is reading your letters. Then folding. The letter is to be folded before inserting into the envelope. Minimum folding should be made. The receiver should feel convenient to open folds. Too many folds spoil the contents of the letter. Generally, two or more three folds are made. So, folding the paper is also one of the very important skill, in which only two or three folds are to be made for the person, so that while inserting it in the envelope, it is inserted properly and it is seen to it that proper the content which is written is not being erased or spoiled because of the folds. Then next we have envelope. Size of the envelope should not be very big or too small. Complete address of the receiver should be typed on the envelope. It should be the same as the inside address. Generally, window envelope are used. If a window envelope is used, the letter should be folded in such a way that the inside address appears below the window. So we have seen envelope which have transparent covers or transparent side and outside. So while folding the letter, it is seen that the address which is there of the whoever is writing the letter and who has to receive the letter, his address is seen in the blank window which is appearing on the envelope, which is transparent. Then notice. Notice gives precise information regarding an important event that is about to take place. With the help of the notice, information is conveyed publicly for others to know and follow. According to Companies Act 2013, notice is an advance intimation given by the company, information by the person who are supposed to attend the meeting, the date, time, place, and business to be transacted at the meeting. Secretary has to be particular about contents, agenda, period of notice, mode of delivery, etc. Secretary has a certain reasons arranged for publishing notice in the newspaper. Example notice of annual general meeting, notice about shifting office of the company are one of these things. So notice plays a very important role, and notice is one of the important aspect which covers the information such as date of the meeting, then the day of the meeting, then time, place, and businesses to be transacted at the meeting. Secretary has to see to it that a public notice is also given in the newspaper for the annual general meeting or about shifting of the office of the company from one place to another. So all these things are to be properly mentioned in the notice of the company. Now, next after this, after this we shall be studying about the reports. A report The report is an organized statement of facts or opinion leading to some conclusions with or without some recommendations. It is a systematic presentation of facts, figures, conclusions about specific event or topic. A report may be prepared by an individual or by a committee. Some reports are to be prepared as per the provisions of the Companies Act. Example, annual reports. Some reports are to be prepared by the company as per the requirement of the company. Example, report on possible site for setting up new branch. Secretary must have skill of drafting reports. Secretary should be acquainted with contents and format of different types of reports. So, reports are whatever has happened in the past period, and it is a systematic presentation of facts, figures, conclusions about specific events or topics, whatever has taken place in the company. And it may be a report may be prepared by an individual or by a committee, whoever is responsible. And secretary being the very important aspect in these concepts, he should be having proper skills of drafting each of the letters, then drafting each of the reports, even letters or reports, and he should be acquainted with the contents with the and the format and different types of reports which are required in the company. So this was about the reports. Now, next we shall be studying about minutes. We already know what is minutes. Minutes is defined as a written summary on the basis of the business transacted at the meeting. It is a concise and accurate official record of the decisions and discussions at company meetings. It can be used for future reference as minutes as officials record of meeting. It is necessary to draft minutes in proper format. Date, time, place, type of meeting, chairman of the company, details about directors, members present are recorded. All resolutions must be recorded in the minutes. As per the Companies Act, for different class of meetings should be prepared by the secretary within 15 days of a meeting. Minutes are prepared by secretary, confirmed by members or directors, signed by a chairman, and countersigned by a secretary. It is always written in the past tense and written in the minutes book. So, minutes means what? It is the written summary about the meeting that is transacted earlier. So, when we are drafting a notice of the meeting for the next meeting, minutes also has to be sent with it. And proper, it is necessary to mention proper date, format, time, place of the meeting, and chairman of the meeting. Then details about the meeting, who all directors were present or members, what all has been taken place. This all should be written in the minutes book also, and it should also be written when we are drafting a notice for the next meeting. So this is about minutes. We have studied minutes in detail in the earlier chapters also. So I think with this we come to the end of this chapter, and I hope you have understood about the format, how a letter is drafted. From the next class we shall be starting with drafting proper letters, and we shall study. So you should practice one letters every day, and see to it that you understand how a letter is drafted.